The English longbow. This legendary weapon was crafted from a single, beautiful piece of yew wood, often standing nearly as tall as the archer himself. Think of it as a medieval sniper rifle, but with way more splinters. It wasn't just a big stick. It required years of grueling physical conditioning to master. The draw weight could easily exceed 100 pounds. That's like pulling back a heavy bag of concrete every single time you want to fire. This was all about mechanics. Under tension, the archer's shoulder blades and spine locked into place, turning their body into a living machine. If you weren't hitting the gym in the 14th century, you were basically just a spectator with a very expensive piece of firewood. Its effectiveness relied on the archer's ability to release heavy, armor-piercing arrows with precision. It was basically a high-velocity delivery service, and the mail always arrived on time. To punch through armor, you needed the right tools. Enter the blacksmith, hammering out the bodkin point, a hardened steel tip that didn't mess around. Unlike hunting arrows, these had a square cross-section designed for one thing: piercing. It's like poking a balloon with a needle, but the balloon is a very angry guy in steel pajamas. Their slim profile allowed them to slice through mail and padding like a hot knife through butter, turning a night suit into a collection of very expensive holes. It's all about physics. See the difference? While wide-blade hunting arrows were great for game, the slim square bodkin was the ultimate armor-begone accessory. Next up, the bracer, because nobody likes a painful reminder of their hobby. If you forget your leather guard, this happens. The bowstring snaps against your arm with thousands of pounds of pressure. It's the fastest way to turn your forearm into a strawberry. Precision is key. Looking down the shaft, the bracer is your constant companion, a vital seatbelt for your arm that keeps you in the fight. Maintenance was a daily chore. Waxing the string kept it tough and ready, because a snapping bowstring is the last thing you want in the middle of a battle. It all starts with the stance. Feet planted perfectly sideways. It's not just a pose, it's the foundation of your entire shot. The trick? They didn't draw to the chest like in movies. They pushed the bow forward while pulling the string toward the ear, using their back muscles. This posture created a rigid, statue-like stability. You weren't just a guy with a bow. You were a stable mechanical platform for launching death from a distance. Seen from above, the body forms a perfect bridge, a stable frame designed to handle the massive bone-creaking tension of the wood. Then there were the stakes, the original "Do Not Enter" sign for any charging horse. Hammered into the mud at an angle, these were a medieval DIY project that turned a flat, boring field into an instant no-go zone for cavalry. It's hard to look heroic on horseback when you're staring down a line of sharpened wood. It turns a glorious charge into a very awkward traffic jam. And that's the point. By forcing horses to shy away, the archers gained the precious time they needed to keep the arrows flying. In the heat of battle, this was the reality. Crouching, waiting, and knowing exactly where to aim when the enemy finally stumbled into your trap. The battlefield was a mess of mud and scattered gear, but for the archer, it was just the office. A grim, gray professional workspace. They were professionals, and pros get paid. Even a modest daily wage was enough to keep a man motivated, to keep his gear in tip-top shape. Every transaction was recorded. This wasn't just a random group of guys. It was an organized, state-funded army with a payroll to prove it. But you weren't born an archer. You were made. Mandatory Sunday practice in the village was the original grind. And yes, they really did have to show up. Knowledge was passed down. It took years to train, turning farm kids into marksmen who could hit a target from a ridiculous distance. It's all about the rhythm, draw, aim, release, over and over again until it's just muscle memory. And behind every shot was a quiver full of standardized, perfectly crafted arrows. Reliable, consistent, and ready to ruin someone's day. After the work was done, the longbow was just a tool, a piece of yew wood carried through the fields of a quiet English countryside. The legacy of the longbow lives on, leaving its mark in history and in every target it ever found.